Okay, this is number 15 on 8.5, and all the other problems that we've had so far, we were able to plug it into y equal mx plus b and find the equation, even if we had to do a little work first. We can still do that here, and I'll show you how to do it in a minute, but there is a better way, I would say, or an easier way, or a way that you really should be thinking about doing. If I know that I have a slope that is 0, that means this is a horizontal line. And you really kind of need to be able to think this through like this. That's a horizontal line. On a horizontal line, you have y is always the same thing, okay? That's what makes it a horizontal line, is the y is always the same. So if I go up here and I look at my point, what's the y here? Well, it's 3. Y is always going to be 3 then, because it doesn't matter what x I pick, the y is always the same thing. The equation is y equal 3. Now, on a horizontal line, I could have still used this y equal mx plus b like I did, because I do have a number for a slope. If it were a vertical line, I couldn't even do this, but I can on a horizontal line, because my slope is 0, so I can plug it in. My x is 1, my y is 3, and my b is what I'm trying to find out, okay? Because I know I could write y equals 0x, but I don't know my plus b, right? Well, 0 times 1 is 0, so now I have 3 as 0 plus b, which is b. Oh, it's 3. But the thing about it is, you wouldn't want to leave it that way, because what's 0 times x? It's 0. So you'd still get y equal 3. You don't really want to have to go through that every time they tell you you have a slope of 0. You really need to know kind of cold turkey that when you have a slope of 0, that's a horizontal line. What if this had been an undefined slope? What if they had done this with it? What if it had said it was an undefined slope through 1, 3? You couldn't have even plugged that in. An undefined slope, remember that's a vertical line. Remember the skier, he goes and he gets on the vertical line and he goes splat, he's undefined. Well, a vertical line has an undefined slope, okay? And those equations always look like x equal something, and that means x is always the same thing. So if that had been an undefined slope through 1, 3, well, the x's would always be the same. So if my x is 1 here, then all the x's are going to be 1. That would have been the equation if it had been an undefined slope. So this was just you couldn't even try to plug it in, because you can't write the word undefined in front of x and have an equation, so because it's not a number, it's a word. So anyway, that's something about 15 you need to kind of consider, and just expanding it a little bit to think about vertical lines.